All right. So today I'm going to be discussing the effects of climate change on coastal geography. All right. So the global climate. The global climate is a very complicated subject with many different processes and forces acting upon each other to create one system. And the system also has many emergent properties which make it all the more complicated. There are many factors that affect coastal systems, and some of the major ones are astronomical events, air pressure systems, the seasonality, the latitude, and sea level. I'll list just a few of the major effects that affect coastal systems, so you could realize just how connected every system is, because without prior knowledge, you may have never guessed that some of these may have any impact on coastal systems. For example, astronomical events, if you have no prior knowledge and how the moon affects the tides, that could be a pretty surprising discovery. Climate change. Climate change of our planet has existed for as long as the planet has, with many repeated glacial and interglacial periods caused by multiple different factors. And over the past 50 years or so, climate change has in general increased in temperature. Human-related climate change. One thing that you may have heard, that you may hear today, is that climate change is not real, and this is simply not true. We have the data to prove that the world is rising in temperature. The only semi-arguable stance that someone could take is to say that humans have a negligible effect on climate change. And the main argument for this is the importance of the greenhouse effect. So the greenhouse effect is basically a process that allows for a greater amount of heat to be absorbed and kept inside the Earth's atmosphere from the sun's radiation. This happens due to molecules that we call greenhouse gases, such as CO2 and water vapor, which allow UV light to enter the atmosphere but don't allow the infrared radiation to leave the atmosphere, increasing global temperatures. Due to deforestation and the burning of fossil fuels, we've increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, causing an increase in greenhouse gas effect and an increase in global temperature. How does this affect coastal systems? All right, so this affects coastal systems because due to an increase in global temperature, it causes glaciers to melt and increase in sea level. This can then cause more intense coastal storms, flooding, and an increase in coastal erosion, and eventually, if it gets so bad, the sinking of cities.